guess who's getting a dick in her butt?
Me!
Welcome back to CattaBlah! Continuing on with Super Mario Bros. The third. Oh yeah, last time we were talking about Tourette's. Everybody has it. Eventually, not like actually has it, but has some form of verbal diarrhea, I guess you could call it. Whether it just be saying things that you probably shouldn't have said, and you know you shouldn't have said, but you said it anyways.
Sometimes I just get so twitchy, and I'm like, I need to say this.
Fuck.
It happens to me.
It does happen,
just,
yeah.
Fuck shit!
Well, you just sit there like, what would happen if I said this? How would people react? I really shouldn't say this, but I really want to say this.
Sometimes I say things, I'm like, oh, the window was open, I should have said that.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Sometimes I'll do that, I'll like yell or scream at something or sing or something, and then I realize the window's open. I was like, well, great, now everybody fucking heard that. I'm sure there's probably nobody outside, but I'm like, oh god, my life is ruined. Everybody heard that.
It's raining, man.
Yeah, exactly. Singing some Weather Girls.
Fuck.
Shit.
Piss.
Out my ass.
I piss on my ass all the time.
I know you do.
Fuck.
My god. Okay. When we used to live together, he used to always leave little peppermint patties in the toilet. And by peppermint patties, I mean big shit stains. He like... It's like a fudge brownie on the back of the toilet. Like, it was just a...
I don't know what it is. It doesn't matter what I eat. And my dad always tells me, oh, you need to eat better. I fucking eat good.
His body just... Oh, fuck. Where...
If
I have to beat one of these levels to go back to where the thing is?
If I were to eat a rock, I could turn it to water. That's my fucking superpower.
I could have diarrhea off a rock.
Yeah.
Not the best superpower. I probably would have picked something else, but, you know, to each their own. What's your superpower? I have diarrhea. Fuck.
All the time.
All the time. Never-ending diarrhea.
We've been on this for a long time.
Yeah. This has been a rough world. To be honest, this is probably my least favorite world. I hate the ice. I hate the ice world. You trying switching it up?
Yeah.
Ha! You get an auto-scroller. Although I think this one's fairly easy, though.
It was, been reading a lot of news lately.
Mm-hmm.
And it's something that I normally do, but honestly, I've come to this conclusion of the type of world that we live in these days. It's like fuck you, you fucking turtle fuck. We live in a world of stasis. And you'll know exactly what I talk about when I say this one thing. You always see these news reports of, like global warming and whatnot, and scientists saying, "Okay, now is the time to act. If we don't, like, we're
now's
fucked."
the time. Now.
And they're like, "Okay,
now
we missed the last last boat, but guys, like, this shit is actually happening. There will be video proof of it." And then people will read and be like, "This is terrifying," but then it just kind of goes away.
Yep.
And then people stop thinking about it.
But it's the same thing as anything. If it doesn't directly affect us, out of sight, out of mind.
But it does affect us, and that's...
Well, okay, sorry, yeah. I mean, it doesn't affect us immediately right now.
Yeah. It's just so weird. I see it all the time. It's like, with, we have the memory of a fucking goldfish lately. Mm-hmm. Like, what else has been going on?
I mean, to be fair, it's the same thing with, like, you know, starving children over in Africa. It's easier for us to just not think about it, and then the problem, well, it doesn't go away, but in our mind, problem goes away, right?
Yeah.
Really? It's the exact same thing. It's just, if it doesn't affect us directly, then we are really good at just not even thinking about it. What was the point of that?
I don't know. But I've just been noticing that a lot lately. Like, these really serious issues that are coming out, and I'm guilty of it too, and I don't know why. It's in my mind, and I'm actually concerned about it, and I'll talk about it a little bit, and then the next week it's gone. But it's shit that actually freaks me out, and I just don't know how I can let go of it so easily.
But that's the thing, is like, it's kind of the same way that we deal with stress. Wow,
Really?
Okay.
Fuck you, Mario.
Yeah, just clip. You were talking about the clipping the other day, right? Or the other episode. It's like stress. It's how we had. Really threaded the needle on that one. It's like stress. It's easier for us to just forget about it, so that it doesn't affect us as much. Because, I mean, I don't know how to explain stress without saying stress is stressful, but you know, it's stressful, and you just don't want to think about it, because if you don't think about it, then it can't stress you out.
I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Do you get stress boners?
No.
Oh.
You just get stressed. You're like, I gotta rage a boner now.
Sometimes.
Okay.
I used to get a raging hard on studying for exams and stuff.
Well, no wonder. See, that's the problem, is all the blood's gone to your boner now. You can't retain it in your head.
I don't know, and it's not like I don't know. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
You already brought it up.
No, I don't know. It's really concerning to me. Just the times have changed to be like that.
But that's the thing. So we think about it. Okay, they talk about global warming, and you're like, wow, okay, that's a terrifying idea that, you know, it could fuck up our total climate and all this other stuff. And whether you believe in global warming or not, because I know there are people that do not.
And you're an idiot. It's not even a theory. Science says it's a fact. Dumbass.
Well, to be fair, they find their own scientists that say it's not. There are scientists out there that say it doesn't happen. That's why it's such a hot issue, is because not all scientists will agree whether it's happening or not.
I don't know.
But anyways, now I forget what I was saying. Whether you believe it or not, it's you fucking whore. It's a terrifying thing to think about, how our entire world could just get fucked by this, right?
Yeah.
And it's just easier for us to not think about it and put it out of our minds than it is to believe it and come to terms with whether you believe it or not, come to terms with this thing that's happening. And so we just say, well, I'll just forget about it, and then out of sight, out of mind, doesn't bother me anymore. And I feel like this apathy is probably what makes a lot of things way worse. Because, I mean, it's the same thing with voting.
Yeah.
You know, you get people that get elected, everybody's like, how did they get elected? You know how many people don't vote because they don't really care?
Turnout rate is usually 50 to 60%.
And, you know, if you look in the U.S., when everybody's saying, how did Trump get elected president? 50 to 60% of the U.S., that's like 150 to 170 million people. Like 170 million people didn't vote. That's how.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's the same reason why, you know, like the smallest groups have the biggest impact, because they're the ones who are willing to just make a big stink about anything. Whereas other people just don't care, they don't want to deal with it. But these small groups, they'll put up such a stink and just annoy everybody so much that don't want to deal with it, and they're like, fine, just, you know, just have it your way.
Yeah.
And that's how a lot of this stuff happens, is because you have a small group that they don't stop putting up a stink, and you have everybody else that really doesn't care, and then they just give in, and then now you get what you get.
Actually, I kind of want to talk about that mentality in general, about the difference between back in the day and now. Man, protesting has changed so much. Like, it's crazy. I kind of wanted to do a full episode on this, but let's talk about popularity of people that did protest. Like, everybody knows who Martin Luther King is, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody knows who Rosa Parks is.
Yeah.
You know, those kind of famous protesters. There's many that people know all over the world. When was the last time that you heard of a famous protester?
I can't even remember.
Right? Like, and when was the last time that, you know, something big like the Women's March or something like that...
Why did I do that?
...happened again.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that kind of stuff just doesn't happen anymore. And I don't know why that is the case.
Well, I feel like the problem is that a lot of people are misguided now. Like, a lot of people who are trying to protest for stuff, they're either going about it the wrong way, or they're doing it for the wrong reasons. And it's really hard to be memorable or get people behind you, like 100% fully behind you, when you don't really, I don't want to say you don't really stand for anything, but you don't really, what's the word I want to say? You're not influential. You know, these people, they stood for, you know, what was right, and it was, a lot of people were behind them because they all had this, like, they were all dealing with the same issue, and so they all understood where they were coming from and could get behind it. And now you just have people who, like, their idea of protesting is, like, getting violent and, you know, telling everybody else that they're gonna go to hell and that they're pieces of shit and all this. Is like, how is that? That's not protesting anymore. That's just, you're leading a hate group, essentially, is what you're doing. And how can you ever make change when it's not coming from an actual place that wants change? It's coming from a place just of hate.
Are you kidding?
And I feel like that's the problem with protesting now. And I know we talk about it a lot, but feminists are guilty of doing this a lot. Okay. They hate on a lot of stuff. Okay. Sorry, go ahead.
Feminists, no. Feminazis, yes.
Well,
there's an extreme difference between that.
I mean, like, you get a lot of the old school feminists will look at feminists nowadays, or these feminazis, and will say, like, this isn't feminism. This is hating.
Yeah.
You know, like, they stood for something. You know, they were trying to get the right to just vote, right? Yeah. Right to get, you know, work in certain jobs. Whereas now it's just like, we hate everybody, and, you know, you all should do exactly what we want or what we say. And it's just, that's not protesting. You're not accomplishing anything. It doesn't even feel like you're standing anything. It feels like all you're standing for is hate. That's the place where you can clip through, by the way.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So, I don't know. I feel like it's tough to make an impact or get anything done when you don't have a clear goal that a lot of people can get behind.
Get in the fucking pipe, Luigi. No, it's actually something that really bothers me. And I texted, remember when I texted you the other day and it said that there's this fucking feminist. There's this fucking feminist here spouting hateful shit.
Yeah.
And it was terrible. Like, she's saying all white men are rapists and racist. And it doesn't matter who you are, you just are. And it fucking pissed me off because they're promoting the same mentality that they hate.
Well, exactly. Exactly. And that's the exact kind of stuff that I am talking about. You know, you're not standing for anything anymore. All you're doing is promoting hate. So how could you ever change anything if you know, nobody can get behind what you're saying?
The only thing I had to say to that woman was, I'm sorry you're so ignorant to have an intelligent discussion. And it's...
Careful.
I don't know. Feminists really bother me.
I agree. And I mean, I understand that it's really easy to, you know, paint kind of a bullseye on their back because of all these bad clips and stuff you see on YouTube and in the media and all that. And in the media and all that shit. Wow. Yeah. So it is easy to see, like, I know that not all feminists are like that, obviously.
No.
Obviously. Nobody's kind of putting a blanket statement out there saying that they're all like that. It's just, you see a lot, I wonder if I can do it. You see a lot of them. And it's really easy to, It's really easy to just fall into the thing saying, oh, well, you know, this whole group is bad for this reason. Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, no, I try to reason with them. It's like, okay, we got to stop generalizing because that inherently is racism. So if you're gonna judge all white men based on a certain group, then you're just as racist as they are. And a lot of people don't see that either. That hating on white men in general, let's be fair here, we're the most hated people in the world, bar none, especially North American white people. But if you're gonna say that all white men are rapists and racist, well, you know, that's racist in its own right, and I don't appreciate it.
Well, yeah, that's the like you're spreading hate just the way you're, just the way you're trying to say that you're against, right? Oh, his dick-sucking lips got me.
Here's my whole point that I try to bring up pretty much every time is, why can't we be equalists? Why can't it be equalists and all lives matter? Like, I get that the plight that certain groups go through, but, your kind of cause is no better than the other cause of a different color or a different sex. Doesn't matter if you're gay, biracial, transgender. We all deserve rights, and no certain group should put down any group's rights.
No, I think everybody should have the same rights, and nobody should have more rights than another.
No person should ever be judged by their sex or their color if they get a job or not. In the same way that because I'm a 6'6" white man that I'm a potential rapist. That shouldn't be the case either. What
the fuck did I just do?
No.
Oh, well then. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. Well, that was unfortunate.
We're gonna get shit on for this episode.
It's potential. It's potential. Dustin, you died.
Fuck, I have no lives.
I don't think you lose a life for that.
Don't you?
No. It's just whoever wins gets the turn. And I think you can also trade, like, cards with that.
Almost.
It felt like I almost had it. Yeah, I know it's a pretty taboo and touchy subject talking about all that stuff. Hopefully you guys don't hate on it and understand. We're not hating on anybody here. We're not saying that we have it worse than anybody else.
No, my whole point, I'm actually going to end it with this one point, is everyone deserves respect. That's really all it is. I don't really care what you believe in, anything like that, what the color of your skin is, if you're a man, woman, gender fluid. I don't give a shit. You deserve respect. As do I.
Oh, exactly. And I almost feel like that is potentially a problem with, like, as, X race and gender, I should have this. It's like, as any race or any gender, we should all have it, And I understand that probably the reason that, whoever it is saying that because potentially they, well, there we go. Because they don't have that. I think you should.
Yeah.
I think we all should. I don't think you should take it away from one group or give something extra to another. I think everybody should have the exact same thing, and there's really no reason why we don't have it in this day and age. It is mind-boggling. It's just baffling. How can we not? And I know we like to say, oh, well, that's just simply not true, or, and there are some claims that are made that may be coming, or may not be true, coming from the misinformation. But at the same time, there are some that, just because it doesn't happen all...
Oh, fuck off.
Just because it doesn't happen all the time, doesn't mean that it doesn't happen sometimes.
No,
And all it takes is for one person to have to experience it, and that's already, it's too much.
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, obviously there's just some bad eggs out in the world, and you can't stop.
Oh, is there a piece of shit people? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Of every race, every sex. It doesn't matter. Pieces of shit are not fucking gender or race exclusive.
No, they are, yeah. They are just worldwide.
So let's just all be respectful, better people. Just don't be an asshole. That's it.
Yeah, if only that is just the simplest form of it. Don't be an asshole, and then we would all be equal. But that's never going to happen, is it? There's always going to be assholes out there, which is too bad.
Yeah.
Well, we'll end the episode there, and we'll see you guys next time.
Okay, bye.
Goodbye.